Namaskar, Jai Siaram. Welcome to the English edition of BharatVichar. I take this opportunity, as always, to welcome you to the Sumit show. And I would request you kindly subscribe to our channel, kindly like our videos, press the bell icon, and do not forget to share it on the social media network. That is WhatsApp, LinkedIn, wherever you are. Well, friends, what I'm discussing today. I'm discussing a very important today. I was trying to get a lot of leads on that. The issue is a bit dramatic. China is preparing for something big. China is preparing for something dangerous. China is preparing for something sinister. Now, recently, we got an information that Pakistani army has taken a big chunk of desert in Punjab, and they are going to do farming there. Well, I always maintain that you cannot do farming in desert. There are techniques which can help, but converting a pure play desert into a farm, and that doesn't work. Now, what is China doing in Taklaman Desert? Taklaman Desert is the self-autonomous region of Xinjiang. It's where the Uyghurs are. Now, China, since last, I think, July, August time or September, is almost now October, November, December, January. We're talking last 4 or 5 months. China has started doing something sinister in this desert. What is China doing is China has taken a big desert and very covertly it is trying to do something. Now, first, we knew that there was a new kind of, atom bomb which they have developed. They are trying to test that in that Taklaman Desert. The Taklaman Desert is in the Uyghur Autonomous Region, and you know how China is treating Uyghurs. With that thing going on in mind, this was a very important revelation. But when we dig more into it, what we are coming to know, friends, it's not about the atomic device. It's much more sinister than that. What is China planning to do? That is the thing which we should know about. China is planning to. Sorry, my background hadn't come up in time. China was planning to it has simulated military targets. Military targets are American destroyers, American frigates, American corvettes, and various kinds and types of ships in the American arsenal. They have even simulated a full-fledged, American combined battle group walking through the desert. Now, what are they going to do with that? They are trying to simulate a scenario wherein the Chinese so-called rocket force will go and attack these vessels. They will attack these vessels, and these vessels will be taken down by the Chinese. This is the plan in the mind what they have. Now, this is a very sinister plan, considering that, knowing what China is capable of, knowing what China has been doing. Remember, there were reports out that Americans have found a way out how to exactly attack the, those rocket launchers, or how does the rocket force work? What is its command and control? What is the division? What are the lineages of the rocket force? That has been done. Li Shangfu going out of the gear because of this. Chinese defense minister, I don't know, is he alive or dead? The old one. Even the Chinese foreign minister disappeared because there were NGOs, or there were some think tanks in USA which had published everything about Chinese rocket force. And Chinese rocket force was the most potent force for Xi Jinping to attack Taiwan. Now, with these revelations, when everything about the rocket force is out, there was nothing which is behind the curtains. Now she is worried. What does it do? Americans have been increasing the presence of their armada in the South China Sea. More and more countries are sending ships, submarines, and naval assets. Now, the problem with China is it cannot defend the China and go for the offensive. So it has to practice something which is told them by the Sun Tzu, the act of deception. What is the act of deception? Act of deception is they've simulated these structures and they are trying to attack them with cruise missiles, with ballistic missiles and all. There's a full-fledged war simulation going into Taklaman Desert. And exactly what worries me, Pakistani army 2 days back or 10 days back have taken again a big chunk of the desert in Punjab, and they are saying they are doing farming. What my sources tell me, some similar exercises are being simulated there. So what is the plan of the China? Are they going to attack Americans in the South China Sea, and do they want Pakistanis to do some kind of a support or backup? Why does Pakistani army take big chunk of desert for farming? What is the mission of Pakistanis? or is this new bomb or this new kind of atomic bomb, is this being given to Pakistanis for some testing, or is a small version of that given to Pakistanis for some testing where they need a big desert to do it? These are the questions which are hitting the foray. And let's not kid ourselves. China is preparing for a full-fledged attack on American naval assets, which includes aircraft carriers. Now, is it in retaliation to Taiwan, or is it for the dominance of the South China Sea, or is China and Pakistan jointly doing something? Or is it Shinzu's war of deception, wherein you are trying to stimulate these models and all are trying to scare them? You see, China's rocket force doesn't have an edge today. She had a big dream of, Emperor of China had a big dream of Chinese rocket force. But unfortunately, Chinese rocket force is a waste of time today, because Americans know exactly, and they have pinpoint accuracy and technology to attack the launchers of the rocket force. Now, when you know the command and control, when you know the silos, when you know the latitudes, longitudes, and when you develop the precise technology wherein you can attack the silos, where you can attack the not only silos, the launchers of the rocket force. Now, China is desperate. They want to do something. Now, China is trying to send a message. We are practicing over time so that push comes to shove, we can attack you and we can tell you what are we doing. So when on the contrary, we have the Israeli defense minister today telling us that a war with Hezbollah is imminent. We have areas of South Korea being evacuated because they're fearing a North Korean strike. Now we have the Chinese doing a full war games in Taklaman desert in the Uyghur region, and we have Pakistanis which have got big sizes of desert to do something. Now what is that? We are keeping an eye on that. There are three flashpoints developing: China, Pakistan, and Korea, which I had predicted in my various digital interviews and my digital interactions with the guys. So then don't forget Azerbaijan, Armenia, don't forget Middle East, and do not forget Russia, Ukraine. I have predicted at least 5 to 6 theaters of war erupting in 5 to 6 places. So this is happening. We all need to be careful. We are keeping a track on it. On that note, I would like to rest my thoughts. This is the latest and the most sensational update I've got for you. We'll be tracking the situation and updating you as and when the things happen. On that note, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and as always, Har 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 Mahadev.